Yo, welcome back. Mailman Minute, baby. Yeah, welcome back to Mailman Minute. Y'all ready to get into it? And I hope that y'all having an amazing day and you enjoying yourself, man. And always make sure you pour into you. Always make sure that you pour into you because we think in the box, outside the box, around the box, under the box, and above the box because the world is our box. Let's get into it today. Oh, before we do that, but y'all know what I'm about to ask you. I don't even know how to say it, but if you don't want to hear me say it, let me go on and say it for you anyway. I hope that you're enjoying the podcast. I just ask one thing: could you like, subscribe, and follow? Tell a friend, leave a comment. I'm trying to grow this channel, and I want to grow it with you. Now let's get back to this entertaining content. Yeah, let's get back to it, baby. Yes, the Mailman Minute. All right. So what we talking about today on the Mailman Minute? Weird. When did doing right become strange? When? You know, it's crazy, but we're going to talk about it. I do this to say, give me 10 minutes to change the way that you think. This is the mailman's message. So let's get right into it. Y'all ready? Let's go. All right. Weird. 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 I need somebody to explain to me that word because somewhere along the way, we changed the definition. Nowadays, everything is weird. You don't drink, you're weird. You don't smoke, you're weird. You don't want drama, you're weird. You rather work than hang around all day, you're weird. You save your money, you're weird. You pay your bills on time, oh, you're really weird. You know how to cook, that's weird. You take care of your children, oh, that's really weird. You don't want to argue, weird. You don't want to fight, that's very weird. You walk away from foolishness, now you're really weird. Hold on. When did responsibilities become weird? When did discipline become weird? When did peace become weird? When did having standards become weird? And when did dysfunction become normal? Because maybe, just maybe, we've been calling the wrong people weird. So I think weird is waking up every morning complaining that you're broke, but refusing to work. That's weird. Weird is saying you want a different life while repeating the exact same decisions that created the life you're complaining about. That's weird. You want different fruit, but you keep watering the same tree. That every harvest, you're surprised. That is weird. You know what's weird? Knowing something is destroying you and getting mad at the person trying to help you get away from it. That's like being trapped inside of a burning building and arguing with a firefighter because you don't like the way he told you to get out. You're debating his tone while the room is filling with smoke. That's weird. What's weird is having energy for an argument, but no energy for a solution. You find 3 hours proving who's wrong, but won't spend 30 minutes figuring out how to make it right. Think about that. Some people would rather win an argument and lose the relationship than lose the argument and find a solution. And then call the person trying to communicate weird. No. What's weird is having a mouth full of having a mouth powerful enough to start a war, but a mind too stubborn to negotiate peace. You know what's weird? People can promote dysfunction all day. Somebody fighting, share it. Somebody cheating, send it to me. Somebody embarrassing themselves, post it. Somebody got arrested, everybody suddenly become a news reporter. But let somebody graduate. Let somebody start a business. Let somebody become a better father. Let somebody become a better mother. Let somebody get their life together. Let somebody say, I'm changing. Now everybody gets quiet. That's weird. We made distraction entertaining, and I'm sorry, y'all. We made destruction entertaining and construction boring. Think about that. We can make somebody's worst moment go viral, but struggle to give somebody's best moment a round of applause. Maybe the algorithm isn't the only thing that needs to change. Maybe we do too. And another thing, stop confusing different with weird. Different doesn't mean wrong. Some of the greatest ideas in human history probably sounded ridiculous before somebody provided or proved it would work. Every invention started as something that didn't exist. Every business started as something somebody had to imagine. Every change started with somebody refusing to accept what everybody else called normal. So maybe being called weird isn't always an insult. Sometimes weird is what ordinary people call something they don't understand yet. Read that again in your mind. Some people aren't calling you weird because you're wrong. They're calling you weird because your thinking traveled somewhere theirs haven't been yet. Think about that. And sometimes when somebody calls you weird, you need to ask yourself, are they describing me or are they exposing themselves? Because people have a habit of putting labels on things they don't understand. It's easier to call you weird than to ask you why. It's easier to laugh than learn. It's easier to criticize than create. It's easier to point at somebody holding a pencil when you've never had the courage to touch the paper. Everybody has something to say about the picture. Very few people are willing to draw one. That's why I stopped taking constructive or construction device. I'm sorry, y'all. That's why I stopped taking construction advice from people who never built anything. You can't hand me a blueprint when your hands have never touched a brick. And here's where this gets serious. Adults, we got to be careful because children are listening. When young people constantly hear responsibilities called lame, education called corny, hard work called doing too much, respect called soft, and discipline called weird, what exactly are we teaching them? We're flipping the compass. Then get angry when the next generation walks in the wrong direction. You can't turn all the road signs backward and then blame the children for getting lost. Think about that. We're supposed to be teaching them how to navigate life. But some grown people are just as lost. And age doesn't automatically create wisdom. Getting older is mandatory. Growing up isn't. There are grown bodies walking around carrying teenage decision making, and that's dangerous because a child following another child is understandable. A grown adult surrounding their judgment or surrendering their good judgment because another grown adult told them what to think. Now that's weird. At some point, you have to think for yourself. Your friends didn't make you do it. Social media didn't make you do it. Your boyfriend didn't make you do it. Your girlfriend didn't make you do it. The crowd didn't make you do it. They may have influenced you, but when your feet started walking, they were your feet. When your mouth started talking, those were your words. When your hands took action, those were your hands. Influence may explain a decision, it doesn't erase accountability for it. That's something we need to understand. And accountability has become another word people seem afraid of. Everybody wants credit for their success, but nobody wants the receipt for their mistakes. You can't keep the trophy and return the responsibility. If you want ownership of your victories, you got to take ownership of your failures too. That's how you grow. That's how you learn. That's how you stop repeating yesterday while beginning tomorrow and begging for tomorrow to be different. So maybe I'm weird. Maybe working hard is weird. Maybe taking care of your responsibility is weird. Maybe thinking for yourself is weird. Maybe refusing to follow the crowd is weird. Maybe having standards is weird. Maybe wanting peace instead of chaos is weird. Maybe trying to build something for your family is weird. Maybe admitting when you're wrong is weird. Maybe changing your mind when somebody gives you better information is weird. Maybe respecting people you disagree with is weird. If that's weird, then don't fix me. Because I'd rather be weird with direction than normal and lost. I'd rather be weird building something than normal destroying myself. I'd rather be weird standing alone than normal falling everybody off of a cliff. And before you call somebody weird again, ask yourself, is what they're doing actually wrong? Or is it simply different from what you're accustomed to? Because normal doesn't automatically mean right. If everybody is walking in the wrong direction, turning around will make you look crazy. But looking crazy and being wrong are two completely different things. Sometimes the person walking against the crowd isn't lost. They're the only one who read the sign. So the next time somebody looks at you and say, "You're weird," smile and tell them, "Maybe." Because if doing right in a world that keeps normalizing wrong makes me weird, I wear weird like a badge of honor. I'm mailman. The message has been delivered. What you do with it, that's up to you. I have done my job. Make sure y'all go over there. It's getting ready for the wintertime, getting ready for hoodie season. Check out them hoodies, and now you see me. Copy one. Yeah, yeah. We up out of here, baby.